Navarro is one of the worst students ever to come out of the Harvard Economics Department, where I taught for 22 years.
You know what India is especially taking note of is what Trump's henchmen like Navarro, Besant, Hassett have been saying, from comments like US has the edge in trade talks with India to an exasperated Navarro publicly hoping India cuts down imports and calling the Russia-Ukraine war Modi's war. How do you see these statements? A game of brinkmanship, constantly ratcheting up assault on a country which was a strategic partner in the same calendar year. Is Trump hoping that India would blink first? Is that what he's hoping for?
Yes, of course, he's hoping that India will blink first, but I have to emphasize how incompetent these people are. Who are these people? Navarro is one of the worst students ever to come out of the Harvard Economics Department, where I taught for 22 years. It's just unaccountable. He makes no sense at all. Besant is, he's a guy from Wall Street. He's no policymaker. He's no global thinker. He has no experience with India or any other place that I can see. Lutnick is some business guy with a very checkered past. None of these people has true policy knowledge or experience. True knowledge of the rest of the world, or even decency, I would say, to have a respected word that can be followed through. They're all improvisers trying to please their boss, and their boss is an irascible New York real estate developer with a long line of bankruptcies behind him, many lawsuits. So this is a group that is not in any way what one would expect of a major power in a dangerous world. It's a group of improvisers, insulters, who don't believe in rules, just a kind of thuggery or threats or cajoling or bribes. It doesn't work. It's not good. It's not the way this world should be operating right now. We need statesmen. We need people who are operating with mutual respect, according to trust. But we have none of that from the U.S. side right now. So I want to say that this is not a considered policy with the deep strategy and tactics. This is a kind of improvisation by amateurs who have the control over a powerful military and over a $30 trillion economy, but not to America's own interest and certainly not to the stability of the world.
So, Professor, also, another piece of news which came out in a German newspaper and then in a Japanese newspaper, it was, of course, Prime Minister Modi declined apparently 4 calls by the Trump administration in the past few weeks. Do you think that dialogue, which is very crucial to the relationship between two countries, has also suffered so badly that now the two leaders who were, of course, hugging each other in January, in fact, February, when Prime Minister Modi visited the US, now cannot even talk to each other?
I think it's extremely important that the United States immediately end the 25% penalty tariff, which is absurd. It was not only wrong-headed and unprincipled from the start, it was based on a threat that Trump had made to President Putin that Russia must make an immediate unconditional ceasefire by August 8th. Then Trump himself ended that threat, and the Alaska meeting ended that threat. And the only thing that remains of that threat is the 25% tariff on India. I can't think of anything more incompetent in American foreign policy than that 25% penalty tariff. You have to scratch your head and say, how stupid can they be? I'm talking about America's own narrow interest. To have alienated India in this way is something mind-boggling, truly. Watching this relationship as I have for more than 40 years, I've never seen such a bad misstep by the United States. And it won't heal in any normal way, because it proved a point that I've been making for many years, which is that the United States is badly governed, irresponsible, and untrustworthy. This is a basic point that I've been trying to tell my Indian friends for many, many years. But it doesn't have to be in this burning destruction of the relationship the way it is, based on something that is already completely out of date. So the U.S. should say today the penalty tariff is off the table, because the whole idea of threatening Russia with these tariffs was taken off the table at the Alaska meeting. This is the starting point for any return to even a semblance of normality beforehand. Of course, even with a semblance of normality, the lesson will have been learned in India that this is not the way to India's economic prosperity or national security, to align closely with the United States, still less to align closely with the United States against China. That puts things backward.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.